Did Rocky Top's historic win get them to the top? Find out in my top 10 rankings. It starts right now. But before we get into it, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Let's dive right on in. So, team that I have at number 10. If you would have said that this team would be in the top 25, let alone my top 10, I would have said you're crazy. You need to be in a straight jacket, padded room, in the loony bin next to the Joker. But here we are. Number 10, I got Syracuse. The Syracuse Orange. I mean, you have to be kidding me. Syracuse is one of one of the best teams in the country right now. I mean, they knocked off NC State. They have Clemson this weekend. Everything's in front of them, and we're about halfway through the year. It's incredible. God, college football is crazy. Number 9, I got the UCLA Bruins. Yeah, they didn't play this weekend. That's why I didn't have them go even higher. But hey, they got a lot of interesting things coming at Oregon, Autzen Stadium, and it's going to be an electric crowd. Lots on the line. UCLA perfection. Oregon relevancy. Um, Two dynamic quarterbacks that like to run the ball. Chip Kelly going back. Now finally with a good team, uh, place where he made his name. Number 8, TCU. Wow, what a game that was! Double overtime. Max Duggan, absolutely phenomenal for TCU. Um, do- doesn't put him in the Heisman race, in my opinion. He's not getting a spot to New York as of, but he's got plenty of opportunities to later on down the road. With Texas, Baylor, all coming down the road, and you'll see the checking to see they got Kansas State this weekend, and they got a lot ahead of them. So plenty of opportunities to move up, plenty of opportunities to make their way into the national title picture. Number 7, place where we all thought Arch Manning was going to go, Ole Miss. So he pulled a hard left and headed west for Texas. But that's neither here nor there. Ole Miss has a lot of interesting things coming. At LSU in Death Valley this weekend, another test. LSU's a really good. They're a good median line. If you can beat them, you're probably pretty good. If you lose to them, you're probably not that good. And add it on to the fact that it's at LSU. I'm sure it's going to be under the lights. I haven't spent time on it yet, but Ole Miss has got everything in front of them. They got down to Alabama. This is the worst team Nick Saban's put out there since year one. There's no other way around it. Have They have Bryce Young, and they do have that Gibbs kid in the backfield, who I think is very very good and has a bright future ahead of him on Sundays. But that defense isn't what we thought they were. And I said it on TikTok. I've said it on the short. think we've seen the end of the Alabama dynasty. Speaking of Alabama and their dynasty, number 6, Alabama. As I was saying, Alabama is that dynasty. It's dying. It's on life support. And if they even get to Atlanta, it could very well be Georgia or Tennessee pulling that plug on that dynasty. It could be Ole Miss. Ole Miss, they they could take advantage of that weak secondary Alabama has. Jackson Dart, very underrated. And, you know, it's Alabama's in trouble, period. And there is no way to. Speaking of being the professional Debbie Downer, number 5, Georgia Bulldogs. They're on a bye this week. Stenson Bennett finally threw a touchdown, albeit against Vandy. So, average deck guy doing average things. Under center for the Georgia Bulldogs. Their defense played well. What I heard, don't know, didn't watch it. It was against Vandy. Nobody cares. Sorry, that's how it works. Number 4, Clemson Tigers. Picking them up, knocking them down. Got another big test yet again this weekend with who I have at number 10, Syracuse. Got them at home this time. But they beat Florida State. Florida State came out hot. Clemson doused the fire. Good for Clemson. And we get to rack it up and do it again this weekend. With 4 versus 10. At least according to my rankings. Are definitely more accurate than the AP. And yes, I went. Number 3. Good old Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Now, they play UT Martin this weekend, which is kind of a letdown. I'd really like to see like a real team come in and kind of play that spoiler role. But in 3 weeks, getting that matchup, Georgia, Tennessee, for the SEC East. And let me tell you, that Georgia defense matches up pretty well with that Tennessee offense. But do a deep dive on that when that week comes. If Tennessee can get by Martin, that's the tightest, closest game out of these two. Definitely not the world's largest cocktail party, Jacksonville, Florida. But anyway, Tennessee, number 3. On to number 2, Michigan. Oh, well. That game that I thought was going to be close and really throw the fire right at J.J. McCarthy. And Blake Corum just ran down their throat. My goodness. Yeah. The reason why I had Michigan, the main reason why I had Michigan staying above Tennessee is I have serious questions on defense for Tennessee. And Tennessee matched up well with Alabama, whereas Penn State matched up very well with Michigan, and Michigan still throttled them. So I think on the field right now, neutral site, semi-neutral site, I think Michigan beats Tennessee. That is why I have Michigan at number 2 over Tennessee. And now number 1 is, you might have guessed by process of elimination. Number 10, I have Hook 'em Horns. No, I'm just kidding. I got Ohio State. Ohio State, number 1. They are the best team in the country. Offense, stout. Defense, good. Not much really else to say. They're on a bye week. They're on a bye week. Got I don't think they have anybody super interesting they got Iowa, which is Fox's Big Ten game, or Fox Big Noon game of the week. That's bad to see because Ohio State's, so I'm not too interested in Tennessee, or no, I'm not interested, but I'm not very interested in Ohio State, Iowa in Columbus. On top of all that, so it is what it is. Now, I think the biggest statement made, obviously, Tennessee over Alabama. Hendon Hooker making his claim at the Heisman. DJ Stroud, the constant, constant, going to be good. He's going to give you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 touchdowns a game. And then you got Blake Corum just running over grown men like they're nothing. So that is my top 10. We'll give you the I worked so hard on this graphic. This is my top 10. Who is your, am I right on Michigan over Tennessee? Or am I being too much of a homebody? Michigan. Let me know down in the comments. Who's your top 10? Syracuse being in the top 10 a little crazy? Probably. But, if I was sane, then I wouldn't be doing this. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything coming up. See you next time on the Dylan Hilder Show.